Today we will consider effect of temperature on resistivity and resistance. What is resistance? The opposition offered by a material to flow of charged particles or electrons is known as resistance. So resistance is equal to rho L by A. If I will consider L unity, A unity, then this rho, that is specific resistance or resistivity, that will become equal to resistance. So resistance is opposition offered by a material to flow of electrons, and resistivity becomes equal to resistance if length of that conductor is unity and area of cross section also unity. Another expression for resistance we have done, this is equal to ml divided by ne square tau a. It means if we will compare this expression and this expression, then resistivity comes out to be m upon ne square tau, where m mass of electron, n number density of free electrons, E charge of electron, and this tau is relaxation time. That is average time between two successive collisions of an electron. When we increase temperature, how resistivity is going to change, how resistance is going to change, that we have to see. In case of metals, number density of free electrons does not change much with the change in temperature. It means number density, this factor, is almost independent of temperature. Already we have large number of free electrons in case of metals. And at low temperature, the ions which are present in the metal, they are almost stationary. When we are increasing temperature, then what happens? Thermal speed of free electrons increases, and the ions also start oscillating about their mean position. And when they are oscillating with gain in energy, the amplitude of oscillation will increase and the frequency will also increase. So the chances of collision of electrons with ions increases. And when number of collision will increase, relaxation time will decrease. And if relaxation time will decrease, resistance will increase, or you can say resistivity will increase. And this is going to happen with increase in temperature. So when temperature is increased, then ions will start oscillating about mean position with more amplitude and more frequency. Electron will start moving with more thermal speed. So number of collision between electrons and ions will increase. Number of collision increasing means relaxation time will decrease, and if relaxation time will decrease, resistance will increase. If relaxation time will decrease, resistivity will also increase. If I will consider we are at a temperature T0, the sample that we have considered, it is at a temperature T0, so its resistivity at that temperature is rho naught. Resistivity depends on temperature, resistivity depends on nature of material, resistivity is independent of dimensions. When we have changed temperature to T, then resistivity becomes rho T. So change in resistivity means final minus initial. It is found that this change in resistivity is directly proportional to change in temperature. Also, this resistivity, change in resistivity, depends on initial value of resistivity. So when we are going to combining these two equations, that change in resistivity depends on change in temperature, change in resistivity depends on original value of resistivity, that is at T0. So combining this equation and removing proportionality sign using constant of proportionality, we are finally with this equation. Change in resistivity will be equal to alpha rho naught T minus T naught, where this alpha is known as temperature coefficient of resistivity, and rearranging this equation, different terms, we are with the equation rho t is equal to rho naught 1 plus alpha t minus t naught. From this equation, alpha is change in resistivity divided by initial value of resistivity and change in temperature. With dimension unit of this resistivity unit will get cancelled. Unit, if we will consider of temperature coefficient of resistivity, then unit will be, it will be degree Celsius inverse or it will be Kelvin inverse. And how will you define this temperature coefficient of resistivity? It is defined as change in resistivity per unit resistivity per degree change in temperature. So in case of metals, this value of alpha is going to be positive, because in case of metals this resistivity is increasing with increase in temperature. If we will see this equation, the variation between resistivity and temperature, this is a linear relationship. So expected graph is a straight line graph. But this linear relationship is obeyed for a limited range of temperature. If we will consider very low temperature, then metal has some impurities, and due to possession of impurities at low temperature, this resistivity at 0 K will not become 0. When temperature is 0 K, it has very small value of resistivity with itself. So graph is not going to be a straight line like this when you are going to consider temperature to be very low. It is going to have curve shape. When temperature you will consider 300, 400 Kelvin, then you can have a straight line. But at lower temperature, the graph is going to deviate from its straight line path or straight line nature. So we are going to have non-linear behavior of resistivity and temperature when the temperature is very low. Otherwise, resistivity increases with increase in temperature, so alpha will come with a positive sign here. And in case of metals, the resistivity order coming out to be 10 raised to power minus 8 ohm meter. So this question can be in exam. Draw resistivity temperature graph for metals. So at lower temperature, this same is given in NCERT also, you will be able to get this shape of graph. If the same graph is asked for alloys, then shape will be different, graph will be different. Alloy consists of two or more metals mixed in a definite ratio. Nichrome, constantan, manganese, these are examples of alloy. It consists of nickel, iron, chromium. Constantan consists of copper, nickel. Manganese consists of copper, manganese and nickel. In case of alloys, alpha is positive. Alpha positive means resistivity increases with increase in temperature. But when you will compare this increment in case of metals and in case of alloys, this increment will be very small as compared to case of metals. In this case, with change in temperature, with increase in temperature, change in resistivity will be very small as compared to their constituent metals, and this property of alloys is very useful in making standard resistors. Very important question, why alloys are used in making standard resistors. If we will see the graph, this type of graph will come. For resistivity temperature graph in case of alloys, this type of graph will come. This is different from metals. In this case, temperature change will be there, but change in resistivity will not be that much as it was there in case of metals. Why? Because in case of alloy, if I will consider nichrome, then nickel ions and chromium ions, they are arranged not in an ordered manner. Disordered arrangement of nickel and chromium ions is there. So collision of electron is very frequent. And if collision is frequent, then what will happen? Relaxation time will decrease and resistivity will increase. So they have high value of resistivity as compared to their constituent metals. Also, the temperature coefficient of resistivity or alpha is going to be small. So these are few points which I have mentioned. Why should we use alloys in making standard resistors? Now we will see effect of temperature on resistivity for semiconductors and insulators. In case of semiconductors and insulators, the number density of electrons will increase with increase in temperature. Relaxation time will decrease, but this decrease is not that much effective. Effective is how much increase in number density of electrons is taking place. So N will increase by large amount. So this factor is not going to play its role that much significantly. So in this case, if this factor is increasing, resistivity will decrease. So in case of semiconductors, with increase in temperature, resistivity will decrease. So in this case, this temperature coefficient of resistivity alpha will come out to be with negative sign. For alloys, this alpha is positive. For metals, this alpha is positive. But for semiconductors and insulators, this will come out to be with negative sign. So based on this matter, I have given few questions to you to solve. These are NCERT exercise questions 3.5, 3.7, 3.8, 3.19. 3.3, 3.4, these are solved examples. These questions all are based on the matter that we have done. First question is, out of metals and alloys, which has greater value of temperature coefficient of resistance? Why do we use alloy like constant and manganese for making standard resistors? Show a graph showing variation between resistivity and temperature for alloy. And which property of nichrome is used to make standard resistance coils? This is the graph given, and you have to tell this relation. This is MCQ. Which option is correct, you have to tell. Which temperature relation is correct, you have to tell. In this case also, you have to find the temperature coefficient of resistance of wire. Relation I have given. So this relation you can use and you can go for the answer. Next, for a copper wire of length L and area of cross section A, this is the graph given. And this is also multiple choice question. How the slope will change with the change in other factors, you have to decide. So try these questions after watching video.